Clappings?
That's what I've been reading about.
What are clappings?
I was hoping you would know that as well.
Okay.
It's apparently a technique to fix an overcorrection by putting a soft contact lens over the eye for 3 to 4 weeks along with certain kinds of drops that helps the epithelial cells grow back to a certain extent. That's what I've read anyway. Whether it's successful or whether it's good, I don't know. All I know is right now my eyes are not balanced.
Okay.
One focuses on one thing, the other doesn't.
Okay. Up until now,
Yeah.
you've been having fluctuation. Is that still happening, or it's just basically the same all the time at this
It's
point?
basically like this all the time.
Okay.
All day, every day. I can't do my work anymore because when I look at a PC for around about 10 minutes, I start to get a headache in the back of my eye.
Okay.
I'm really worried about it. And I don't think it's a minor thing. I don't know what the overcorrection is.
The last time I checked, it was a quarter, 0.25.
That's what you said. When I don't know what kind of machine is used next door. I don't know. When the girl did it, she told me it was reading 0.7.
Okay.
Why would she say 0.7 and then you say 0.25? Where's the discrepancy? Which one is right?
I'm always right.
You're always right.
I'm always right.
Well, I wish I had the same amount of faith right now, but my eye is telling me otherwise.
That's absolutely fine. But the short answer is, if you don't believe me, then you gotta go see someone else.
Which I am. I mean, I am going to go and see someone else.
That's
But
perfect.
I want to know what can be done about it, because I can't live with it like this. It's not right. I should not have had the enhancement. Before the enhancement I had some visual effects, but I didn't have anything like this. This has made it worse in every possible way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember the discussion that you had?
I remember
the enhancement was sort of borderline. Fine, we can do it.
Yeah, I remember. You told me there was a 90% chance that it would fix the issues that I was having. I didn't realize, and maybe it's naive of me, but also you didn't tell me that it would affect my reading, or it could affect my reading and my close-up vision. Now maybe that was naive of me to not know that. I didn't know that my eyes could be unbalanced like this.
Well, we'll check it out. Let me see.
Can it be fixed?
So, do you listen to what you're saying? Your first statement is, I shouldn't have had a retreatment, and your second is, let's go do something again.
No,
do you see the fundamental...
My question is not let's go do something again, but can it...
Sure, we can get you contact lenses or glasses to play with it.
Jesus. So the answer is no. I'm fucked.
Where does contact lenses or glasses mean I'm fucked? There's half of the world then are fucked in your estimation.
Not like this.
Anyway, he is in depression for a long time in these few weeks, and then are you responsible for what you have done?
Of course we're responsible
for what then you should be.
So
you should be.
Akiko, calm down.
Your husband...
Go ahead.
You're all upset. Rightly so, maybe, but you're quite upset. You want to take that attitude?
It's not taking an attitude.
It certainly is.
How can I not take an attitude when every day when I wake up, my eyes feel imbalanced? I can't focus on the same thing. Am I supposed to be, oh yeah, it's fine?
What would you like me to do?
I want to know a way out of it.
So, if you let me look, I can.
Look, please, by all means.
Otherwise, I'm not. So, cover your left eye. And what can you read?
By the way, it's not the distance.
I understand. I actually perhaps understand slightly better than you. You don't seem to think so.
Well, no, you might understand the theory better than me and the biological component, everything like that, fine. Have you had the surgery?
Nope.
Then you
so
don't...
you are an N of 1. I have N of 10,000. So what I'm saying is that you know, you want to deal with it from scratch, go to it. Great. I can apply what I've learned from the other 9,999 people on you. That's what science is. The rest is emotion, irrationality, and homeopathy, right? So if you want me to sort of do a healing poultice and a water dance, I can do that. The chances of that helping are pretty low. The reason why you can actually do this is because there's a bunch of evidence which kind of gives me some ideas to go on, right? So the deal with science is that we don't deal with that the way you're suggesting. That we don't simply go, you're different than everybody else and nothing that I do is correct on you. Because that's the way to actually doing exactly what you said. Little dance, a little bit of, you know, sprinkling, that's not going to make a difference, in my opinion. It'll help you psychologically, it's not going to change the biology of it.
What will?
Well, once again, have I actually had a chance to examine your eyes?
On a couple of occasions.
Yep, today?
No.
Why not?
Well, because I've been telling you the symptoms and we're having a discussion.
Because you keep stopping me when I actually can have a chance. So,
Well, forgive me if I'm quite emotional, but I am, because it's my fucking eye and it's my vision.
forgive me if I'm telling you that you're fucking out of line because I can't actually do anything without actually stopping.
Fine. I'm going to calm down. I'm going to relax. Let's do what it is that you want to do.
Thank you. Cover your left eye. So, read what you can see.
ATPRN DZFEHNOA something Z.
Okay, let me hang on to the paddle. I'll get you to look at bigger letters there. You're going to shine some lights in there.
By the way, the ghosting is now extreme when I'm reading.
Okay.
And even on what I'm seeing in front of me, that white window is duplicated.
And if you close the left eye, or probably if you close the right eye, it gets better. Is that correct?
Yeah, it gets better. The left eye, it's still there a little, but the right eye is very noticeable, like hard to ignore.
Okay. But it is monocular, meaning it's there when you have the right eye open. It clears when you close that eye, or
It reduces a lot.
Okay.
I guess what I'm asking you, and what I was trying to ask you at the beginning,
Yep.
is you can fix an undercorrection quite easily, but how do you fix an overcorrection?
Essentially, it's the same way. You change the curvature of the eye.
But can that be done? Because you've
Yeah.
reduced... The laser is essentially taking away cells. How do you can't put them back.
You can take away cells from the periphery. So to steepen the cornea, you take away a donut of tissue around the outside to relatively steepen the center. It's the same way we treat all of our farsighted people.
So of course with that you have the added risk of more ghosting, more double vision, and
Correct. So looking at the top letters there, is it better with lens 1 or lens 2?
sorry, do it again.
1
Yeah.
or 2?
2.
Still better 3 or better 2?
Do it again.
That one's 3. That one's 2.
Sorry.
Or same. That's so 3, 2.
I would say 3, but they're very, very similar, very hard to distinguish.
Okay. And I just switch over to the side and better with lens 1 or 2.
Do it again, sorry.
Better 1 or 2.
2.
Still better 3 or better 2.
3, I think. Yes.
Still better 4 or better 3.
3.
Okay. So let's see. So hang on to that. And So, if you do that, does that seem to be balanced a bit better for that distance?
Take it away, please.
See it again?
Yeah, sure. Seems the same. I mean, I can't really tell any difference.
Okay. And does that change anything? Or it's just about the
Take it
same?
away, please. And again. Again, it's about the same.
Okay. Let me have a little look-see. Come on forward, chin on here. Forehead up against the bar. So when we're looking at this, there are a few things that we're looking at to see what's going on with your eye. We're looking at the curvature of the front of the eye, right? So the maps that you have done look at sort of the curvature of the front of the eye. That's your right eye. This is your left eye. And essentially you're looking, that's the pupil. You're looking to see that the numbers are pretty much the same. They are. Range 42, 49, 42, 9, 44. They're all pretty flat. Like there's not a huge difference between all of those in the center.
I mean, going by the numbers, you're right. But going by my vision and what I feel,
Yes.
there's a big difference.
Putting up the either a quarter or a half in front of your right eye subjectively doesn't make it any better, though.
No.
And so I'm not.
Putting a 1 does.
Well, let me try that.
Yeah.
Let's see. So hold that in front of your right eye. What does that do to your distance vision?
Yeah, it blurs it completely.
Okay.
But I can see. Yeah, it makes it clearer. Yes, it does.
But that's because we're leaving you short-sighted in that eye, which will blur your distance vision, right? So the
Is there no
focus.
happy medium?
Well, I showed you the less. So in terms of straight numbers, right? A plus 0.25 and a plus 0.5, which is what I was showing you, does not seem to actually make a difference for you. Happy to show it to you again, but I mean, if you want to try wearing a +1 contact lens, that will be absolutely fine.
But no, you're right, I can't see distance with it.
No. So, the reason that your eye can focus has nothing to do with the cornea of your eye. It has to do with the muscle inside of the eye that bends the lens of the eye. And that gradually will diminish over time. There's actually no way that what we've been doing can affect that muscle. The only way that it can be affected is if we're not bang on for distance, right? So if we leave you far-sighted, then we add the amount of effort it takes to focus. So I mean, let's give you some. Have you worn contact lenses in the past? Let's get you a quarter, a half, a 75, and a 1 to play with, to see if there's something that gives you a decent balance between distance and close.
Okay. Is this forever?
Anything that you do with contact lenses, you can replicate with glasses or the laser if necessary. But right now, the idea is not to actually be
I don't want surgery.
doing anything
No.
other than to try and see why you're having difficulties.
All right.
So let me grab you some of these. Drop-wise, what are you using at the moment? Just the lubricating drops, I presume?
You gave me the something in corn oil.
The Restasis?
Mm.
No real change with that, obviously.
Right, it hasn't helped. It's helped with the dry eyes throughout the night and in the morning. It hasn't helped with vision.
Okay. Okay.
I'll take another bottle for the dry eyes, though, please.
Of the Restasis or the lubricating drops?
Both.
Okay, sure. I'll grab you some of those. So, again, what I'm trying to find out is where the balance is that makes your eyes kind of comfortable. Because prescription-wise, we work at distance because it's more predictable, because as you get older, your focusing ability changes.
That's what I'm worried about. I can't focus with my right eye now when I'm reading something. My iPad, it's very uncomfortable. I get ghosting as well when I'm trying to read in this eye, which means I'm seeing a kind of double image anyway, and I can't focus. It leads to a headache very quickly. And I work on computers. What am I going to do?
Well, you're going to wear reading glasses to read in 5 or 10 years anyway, right?
Yeah, but
And so,
I was told 10 years, don't worry, around the age of 45 you'll need reading glasses. Yeah. I'm 35 and now I need them now. That's a far cry from the advert and from your sales guys.
so if you're telling me that I can predict when you're going to need reading glasses,
No, I'm not
that's
saying you
not
can
really-
predict when I'm going to read needing glasses, but at no point did anyone say to me, you might need them now after the surgery.
Pretty unusual that you need them now after the surgery, quite honestly.
Yeah, I'm beginning to see that.
And your sarcasm still doesn't fix anything, but thank you very much for that.
What do you expect though? Like, do you expect me to be happy and smiles? How can I?
You can be an asshole to whoever you want.
I don't want to be an asshole, but
You are. But we're not. That's not the issue, right?
I've given your company $3,000 to do my eyes, and now you're saying to me I'm an asshole. Like,
That's
telling you
not
that
nice.
your-
That's not the word like
I'm
the
telling
surgeon
you
can
that your
tell.
behavior is kind of the issue, right? When you
Yeah, but you need to understand patient's mind.
Oh,
if
hang on,
you're a
Akiko,
doctor,
yeah, I know, Akiko, it's alright.
Please.
It's alright.
if you're a human being,
I've been
please understand.
very patient with you. If you don't think so, then
But that's
your
what
problem.
you have done.
So,
Yes.
if you
So
would
please.
you chose not to see Perry Maerov. You specifically said you don't want to see him.
Yeah.
You specifically came to see me, and I told you about the dry eyes even before we touched you. That's why we put the plugs in before.
Okay, fine. You're telling me it's dry. I've serious doubts that it's dry eye that's caused this, my inability to read.
Absolutely fine. But you've been making all of our lives as miserable as you possibly can, just every step of the way.
Oh,
right?
and hang on a second. Your life is miserable. You get to go home. After this appointment, you get to see the next patient and go home and be fine. I don't. I get to live with this every single minute of every day.
And I'm sorry, I will show you half of my patients who are thrilled to have your vision. They would die for it because they have worse eyes. So, if you want to compare misery, let me show you misery. Would you like to come to my office? You want to see some of my really blind patients and actually compare stories with them? Is that what you're telling me? So that...
Excuse me, now
That is
that's
not-
not comparable.
Yeah,
what
it
he
isn't
had.
comparable. I agree.
No.
It is totally not comparable.
Right, we're not getting anywhere.
I agree.
I just want to.
So all I'm saying is, I will try my best to do what you want. The attitude, you can bring it in if you think it's actually going to help
It's
you.
not. It's not that it's
Then-
going to help me. It's that I can't get rid of it because of what's happening to me. That's. I mean, sorry for being an asshole. I'm sorry for being sarcastic and negative, but that's the frame of mind that I'm in right now.
Absolutely. It's not going to help me, and it's not going to help you. And I can tell you that. Why am I telling you that? Because the more you act that way, geez, the funnier I'm going to be. Because guess what? I'm human too, and there's only so much crap that I can deal with. Because every single objective measure I have says that eye is sort of set well, distance-wise, the surface looks okay. So, you know what? We kind of play with things to see what can work.
All right, let's.
If I had a good answer, I would give it to you.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Yeah, I'll grab you some of the drops, I'll grab you some of the contacts, come back and we'll see where you're at.
I don't think I'm being an asshole.
Yeah. He's asking. And then like you know what? Like
Alright, so we have a few different powers here. We have they don't have a 0.25, but we have a 0.5, a 0.75, and a 1. And so the higher, and there's some of the refresh and there's some of the cyclosporin. The reason why we've been chasing the dry eye so much is because it's been fluctuating, right? And when it fluctuates, that certainly doesn't go with the prescription part. If it's there all the time, then certainly finding a balance for you prescription-wise is the way to deal with it. The higher the power you use, the better it is for close, the worse it is for distance. And so you're going to have to compare that and see where it's optimized. It's tough to do that just with lenses here because you're not switching back and forth and you don't have enough time to try it. So that's the reason to do that. See what you think with those, and maybe come and see me in a couple of weeks and tell me if any of those actually find you a reasonable balance that seems to work.
All right.
Okay?
Sure.
Sounds good. Any other questions?
Well, can I have my...
Oh yeah, absolutely. There you go. So remodeling the epithelium is probably something you can do with PRK after LASIK. There's not a lot of change that happens to the epithelium. So, I mean, the contact isn't likely to give you a permanent change in your prescription. It will certainly, I mean, it's got power in there, so it'll change your eyesight when it's in, but if you take it off, it doesn't going to do anything. So you can mold a PRK eye. Molding in a LASIK eye, I can look it up, but it really isn't going to change a lot.
So that's probably not an option.
I don't think that's really going to do a whole lot for you. I mean, they have, it's called Ortho-K, which is what the optometrists like to do. So you wear this hard contact lens at night, and it sort of molds your eye a little bit, and then you take it out in the morning.
No, this one is different for that.
Yeah.
Alright. You said it was the muscle.
The focusing is about your muscle, right?
Will that... is it possible that will get stronger or no? Not really, because as you age,
it's getting worse. That's right. So, I mean, the only reason why it's going to be imbalanced is because the prescription's different. I mean, I actually see you at about a -1/4 in the left eye, about a +1/4 in the right eye.
And it's the difference that's killing me. That's why. It's the difference between the two eyes as well as...
Absolutely. And if using a correction like this fixes it, then we know what's causing it, and we can talk about how we deal with that, right? So the problem is when I kind of show it to you here, it doesn't make a lot of difference, but you're not doing what you do on a day-to-day basis.
Okay. Perhaps just read through the questions and then maybe I'll...
Yeah. What's the overcorrection? I still get you at a +1/4 in the right eye. The wave gets you at a +0.6 -0.25 of astigmatism. It gets you a +0.5. Is there a way to fix it? Glasses, contact lens, laser is always the answers. At this point, the surface should not be changing any longer. So in terms of healing, the prescription part shouldn't be changing. The dryness part of things and the comfort part of things do still kind of heal. So not the vision, but the comfort can still be healing. Severe ghosting at night. I mean, so the concern every time we kind of lift the flap and treat it and put it down is that as that flap goes down, it's not exactly perfectly snug with the base. And so light as it hits it can scatter and give you some ghosting. The ghosting, if it's interfering with your, so you've been talking about the reading, if the night vision is also an issue, there are drops that we can use to kind of help keep the pupil a little bit smaller to help you with that. So
that's a permanent, like forever then?
That would be permanent forever. The headaches, if the headaches are because the eyes are imbalanced, and we can balance them, they can get better. Is it okay to wear a patch to read? Yes. That simply balances them off. I would say you probably, if you're going to patch, you would be better off patching your right eye, because if you're getting headaches because of eye strain, because of using that muscle, patching your left eye and driving your right eye to read simply will give you eye strain that much faster. So the patching, the purpose is to able to get you through a work day, and patching the right eye is a more sensible option than patching the left. You know, that muscle, really the reason why we all wind up having problems reading is because the lens is getting bigger and stiffer, not because the muscle is getting weak. So there's a limit to how much you can strengthen the muscle to kind of balance it out.
Okay.
That's my best answer to those questions.
Thanks.
So try that, and then you've got your stuff
So
sent
basically
over.
one a day, I suppose.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good way to try it. And then see what you think.
All right. Yeah, I wasn't expecting this, you know, with the surgery. It's taken me. Maybe I am being an asshole, but it's really.
It's taking a toll on you because it's there all the time. It's like a toothache, right? It doesn't go away. So I do understand that. If I had an easy fix for it, I would certainly be offering it to you, and I don't. And so all I can do is kind of keep trying different things and see what's going on.
Yeah.
And I know you're seeing someone else. Are you seeing Simon Holland, or who?
Yes.
Perfect. He's a good guy to see.
That's the guy, apparently.
Excellent. All right. So come and see me in a couple of weeks. We'll see where you're at with the contact lens. Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Okay.
All right.
Então,
I'm gonna make an appointment, haven't I, for a couple of weeks.
Have a seat and I'll be with you shortly. You need to rebook an appointment.
Yeah.
Have a seat as well.
let's go to the left.